Yes, good people of Akwa State, Nigeria, and the world at large. The program on A is The Promise. The Promise is a production of Era Media World. And on our guest apartment, that's a red carpet segment, we are playing host to a fine gentleman, a business tiger. I'm talking about Dr. Emmanuel Ekanem of Nolan International. Welcome to the program, sir. You look so refreshing. Nice to have you on the program.
You look safe. Dr. Emmanuel Ekanem is a medical doctor, not an academic doctor. I am a practicing medical doctor, I'm a specialist doctor, and undergoing a specialty program. And I'm also a businessman.
When you were playing in the sun, how was it like? You went through school?
Of course, I went to many schools for that matter. Many schools. I wasn't born in this part of the country. Yes, I was born in the western part of the country. My father was a soldier. You know, every child of a soldier will have to travel around the country because our parents used to be moved from like every year with different posting, every year different posting. So I went through about 3 primary schools, okay, and about 2 secondary schools before I finally entered into medicine, where I studied medicine.
Growing up under the tutelage of a soldier, your dad would say was a soldier. How was it like? Was it still?
Wow, you don't need to even tell everybody that. The man was a disciplinarian and still is. Okay. Yes, he celebrated his 90th birthday in July this year. He's still alive, at a special grace of God. He was a very tough person. He had this smile. So everything is with the hard face. Okay, so but he placed a lot of emphasis on education. He wasn't a very rich man. Those were his major, or those are his major attributes. And he believed that every child should at least have the basic education, but in his own case, even though he didn't have the opportunity to go through the university, he tried as much as he could to send all of us, 6 of us, through the university, despite his very limited resources. And that has really been a good background for me personally. So that's what it was. It wasn't an easy childhood. It wasn't easy at all. Maybe there will be a different day for that.
Now, growing up back in the day, did you have the feelings? Did you set that target for yourself that you're going to be a medical doctor?
Well, this is the second time somebody will be asking me this question. Now, as a child growing up, I actually didn't think I was going to be a doctor. Now, I made up my mind to become a doctor due to a particular event that took place in my primary school. I think while I was in primary 5, we had a situation in class where the class teacher was asking everybody, what they want to be in future. So people were mentioning, people were engineer, lawyer, so people have mentioned everything because I was sitting a bit far from the front. And so before it gets to my turn, they finished all the profession that I do. Okay, so the only thing that was left that was not mentioned was doctor. So I now said doctor, just because I didn't want to mention what other people had mentioned. The teacher reacted in the way that he said, "Is it people like you that can become doctors?"
Were you stubborn?
No, maybe the man didn't see that happening from that classroom, because this was one of the primary schools I attended, where I finally finished my primary school, because a village primary school in Okada. So the man probably did not see that from that classroom.
The Bible says that anything come out.
Exactly. So he said, doctor is not for people like you. And so I got angry. Okay, because it was embarrassing, and from that day, I decided I was going to do it, just to prove him wrong. Now the unfortunate thing is that I became a doctor and the man is not able to see that.
It's one of those things in life. It's one of those things in life.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you for having made it. It's not easy. Now let's come back to Nolan, which your kid is entering Akwa Ibom State. How did it happen? If you would have been satisfied with the medical profession, what made you go into Nolan?
Okay. The whole idea of Nolan was not well, it wasn't an accident that we went into network marketing. Now you see, as I'm talking about that, I have to, acknowledge the fact that when I got married to my wife, I was already a medical doctor. She was a medical laboratory scientist. But when you have your wife, I knew my wife wasn't the type that would like to do the 9 to 5 thing. She doesn't like to sit in the office. So one way or the other, something that she likes to do business, traveling to buy stuff, to come and sell and all that. So I knew that was what she wanted. Well, the first time we ventured as a family into network marketing, because before then I've been doing some things that I used to think were network marketing while I was a student in university, but only now that I'm more knowledgeable, I've come to realize those things were actually Ponzi schemes because we didn't know that. Okay, so the first time we ventured was around 2014 when someone introduced us to a network marketing company. So it has always been a journey that I and my wife, have been pushing together. And within a period of just 2 years after that, everything changed.
So a whole lot of people have been sharing online currently. What is it all about? Can you let us know what Nolan is all about?
Okay, now Nolan is a multi-level marketing company, just like I said. What some people call networking. Okay. And so what that means is that it is a business that involves referrals. You are going to have to refer people. Now a lot of people are scared of when you hear referral, okay? But then they forget that in everyday life, you are referring people to one thing or the other. That's not the case. You buy a suit, for example, you are wearing a very wonderful suit, and then somebody sees it and says, wow, this suit is cool. You tell the person, I got the suit from this place. And the person will go get it. And guess what? The boutique will not even compensate for it. Okay? But then you have done a referral. Okay. So it's the same thing in network marketing. That is what in the case of Nolan is actually compensating you for referring people, which traditionally you don't get compensated for it. So Nolan Industrial is a network marketing company that deals in healthcare products, okay, beauty products, household items, daily consumables, and a whole lot of regenerative and reinvigorating products.
What are the criteria? Is it for all and sundry?
Is it for all and sundry? It's actually a difficult question, but it appears it's easy, but it's difficult because I don't want to mislead people. Now, I would say yes and no. Yes, it is for all and sundry because in this business, in Nolan, you do not need a certificate. You do not need any form of paper qualification. You don't need to be a woman or a man. You don't need to come from any part of the country. Okay? So, you don't need to. So, because of that, it therefore means it is for all and sundry. Everybody has an opportunity to change his or her life with Nolan. Okay? And not just that, the entry level, the amount of money that you need to come into the business is made easy such that you have something for the lowest person who can only afford a very little amount of money, and you have something for the other person who is at the other extreme. So there is something for everybody. So in that aspect, I'll say yes, it's for all. Now, no, in the sense that if you want to come into knowledge of network marketing as a whole, So if you are a type of person who is not ready to work hard, if you are the type of person who is not willing to do what it takes to, move yourself from where you are to where you want to be, then it's not for you.
So, like how much can someone get?
Okay, now
For some businessmen, they say you can start with a minimum of maybe 20,000, 5,000 naira. For instance, when I had a interview with Evidence, it's a started Evidence ultimately only for 49,000.
Yeah.
So in this very business, can one start with a little amount?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now, just like I told you earlier, we have packages that allows every category of person to be able to join the business. Now we have the smallest package that we have is the 40,000 naira package. Okay. Now the 40,000 naira package is the one now between 40 and 50,000 you can join the business, and that is what we call entry level. Okay. Now we also have the 87,000 naira package, which is the senior membership. We have 160,000, which is bronze membership. We have 350,000, which is silver membership. Gold membership is 700,000, and you see we also have diamond membership, which is the 1,350,000. So you see that everybody has something. There is something for everybody. And now your entry level is important, but it is not the most important thing, because what is more important is work. If you are ready to work, it doesn't matter whether you come in with 40. In fact, if you see the people who have become very successful in business, who are winning the cars, traveling abroad, because this company gives us, trips about 3 to 4 times every year. The company gives us cars every year, like twice in a year. People win brand new SUVs worth almost 7 million naira worth of SUVs. They give to each person. And in the last 3 years, this company has already given us over 250 SUVs to Nigeria. And guess what? Majority of these vehicles have been won by people from a private state. And so that is a message, you understand? Because why I'm stressing that is because this is our own vicinity. This is where we are. In a place where people don't really know that you can actually do something, out of the norm. You can do a real business and have very good success. Most of us are private minds who have done very well in business, and that should encourage more of our private minds to come in.
I was about to comment that, the mentality of an average acquired person is that politics is the order of the day, that politics is an end-to-end of life, that once you get into politics, you have a good method, you have everything that you can wish. So, how about online? What is your advice for private?
For the advice I want to give to my fellow private minds is that, you see, it is okay for you to aspire to, to rule. Leadership is the respectable thing that everybody, would like to do. Okay, but the concepts of the political industry, like what we have seen in our private state, okay, is not healthy for the growth and for the economic prosperity of the state. So people need to understand that it is okay for you to go into politics, but it's okay for you to have a career. Okay, network marketing is a profession, and you are seeing that within the industry of network marketing, people are able to live even the kind of life that we only see politicians live. In our business, in fact, in our team alone, in the last in about 5 months, we have had many of our team members launching mansions in our private state here. I'm not talking about a place very far. So we have some people who have also done that in other states. But in our private state, we've had our team members, our private ones, launching mansions, living like kings and queens, driving cars that you only used to see politicians drive. So people are able to do that with network marketing. So that should be a message that young people in our private space should look into. Network marketing is the in thing. Every new company that is coming up, they are no longer going through indirect sales. Indirect sales is you taking the product to the warehouse, the distributors take it So you have middlemen, and then they buy it to retailers who now retail to the consumers. But direct sales is the company taking the product straight to the consumers. We are the consumers. And all we do to get paid, the money the company would have used to pay, multinational media companies, they divert those monies and pay the people who are moving the products on the streets.
Actually, what you said is the truth, and I must say it's nothing but the truth that you can still achieve it in all that. It's not only politics.
Yeah.
It raises just as the Latin maxim would say, the fact speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Now, if someone wants to join Nolan, what are the procedures?
Okay, if you want to join Nolan today, okay, and I'm sure maybe someone, for example, someone discuss the business with you, you just meet that person, because you cannot sign up on Nolan just by yourself. You must be in somebody's team, okay? So it is for you to approach whoever has told you about the business, or maybe you are watching this now, okay, and you just get to me, okay? Or whoever ends up sending this video to you, you get to that person and tell the person, I want to join the business. So by then, I'm sure you would have known the entry levels. So you pick the amount you think you can afford, okay? And that's it. Once you do that, you are given a list of products to choose, because when you pay your money, you get instant value immediately. Nobody's going to take your money and say, go home and come back. Do you understand? So the money you are paying, you get instant value for the money immediately. And so you get your product, and the next thing is you begin to share the opportunity, begin to share the good news of what you are experiencing to other people, and the company is paying. Okay. And as you grow in the business, you'll be amazed at what your life has become.
So some people complain that the network business do not stay for a longer period of time, that goes into extinction like dinosaurs within a short period of time.
Yeah.
What about Nolan?
Okay.
Coming to stay?
Okay, now I don't want to mention names of companies, but we know a couple of companies in Nigeria that have survived 20 years and counting in network marketing industry. Nolan is just 3 years this October. But before Nolan came to Nigeria, Nolan has already clocked 10 years in China, because it's a Chinese American company. So they were already doing business in China for 10 years. Now the group, Nolan is a subsidiary in the group. The group is called Zeminde International Limited. Zeminde has been in business for 25 years before Nolan came to Nigeria. So they've already been in business in Asia, Northeast Asia, and the core Asia, before they started moving to the other continents, Africa, Europe, and America. But in Nigeria, they've just been 3 years. Okay. Now, this is what happens. People don't know that a company that actually owns manufacturing plants, nobody goes to establish 5 to 6 manufacturing plants where you are producing as much as 1 billion capsules in a year, just because you are planning to stay for 1 year in business. You understand? Nobody does that. So when you see a company that actually owns products, they own research institutes, research and development institutes that are continuously, researching to improve on the qualities of the existing product, and also to come up with newer products. These are the kind of company you should work with. Okay, so when you see those kind of companies, it's very easy for you to know a company that works. So network marketing companies always survive as long as you do your homework. But when you join a Ponzi scheme, there are some that masquerade as multi-level marketing companies, but they actually Ponzi schemes. Ponzi scheme, the first thing you know is that they will not have any product to give you in return for your money. And they will tell you don't need to bring anybody. You just need to sit down and be collecting the money. Okay? Some of them will tell you need to bring somebody, but as long as they don't have value to give you immediately for the money you are paying, you should run away from this kind of company.
They say nothing will come back.
Yes. Come easy going.
Okay, so after the registration, what are the products that are given to you?
We have a wonderful retinue of products. we have from, remember I told you we have household items, like we have sanitary napkins for women, we have panty liners, we have toothpaste, that you can use to brush and keep your teeth fresh for the entire, and takes care of some dental issues. Those products now in Nolan, what makes Nolan stand aside is that Nolan does not pressure the distributors to make sales. We are the consumers of the product. Do you understand? If I sign you up today, for example, you decide to join the business with 87,000 naira, you are going to get products worth 87,000 naira. I have just made a sale at 87,000. Do you understand the concept? Now that does not preclude you if you want to sell, but the company does not put you under pressure, because there are some companies that tells you every month you must buy. Every month you have to buy. If you don't buy, you don't earn $. So that makes the business very flexible and easy for us. We have a magic pan, a frying pan that allows you to fry without oil. You can fry chicken, fish, meat, anything without putting a drop of oil. Okay. Then we have a healthcare supplement, iron supplements, calcium, zinc, beta carotene, which is a precursor of vitamin A. We have the immune vita that contains tocopherol. These are vitamins that help to boost your immunity. So they are just things that but the difference is that they are mainly herbal extracts.
Okay, if you've just joined us, the program on A is The Promise, coming to you live like torrential on AKBC channel 45, and it's being live on our YouTube channel. And we are having a good time with one gentleman, finest human specimen that Akwa Ibom State has ever produced. He is a business tiger, I must say, and he's Dr. Emmanuel Ekanem. And I come to you, Doctor.
Yeah.
So now, if someone who wishes to register as a neutral person, what do you do to coach such a person?
For somebody who is, when you say illiterate, it means the person cannot read and write. Okay. Now that is still not a problem, because that is why you need to be, you need to be under a team. You need to be under somebody. Okay, and definitely you will always have somebody to mentor you. It's a business of mentorship. Network marketing is not a business that you just sign up to and leave them. Okay, even if the person is a professor. In my team, I have professors that I mentor. I have baristas, very respectable, professionals, and I mentor them because this is an area that I know more than them. So I still mentor them. I still teach them what to do, because you have to teach them. So whether you are educated or you are illiterate, you still need to be mentored. So that's no problem. Yes.
Okay, just as we are about to sign out, what's your parting message? Those who wishes to join online?
Well, my parting message would go like this: that in the last couple of years, a company came into Nigeria. That company is called Nolan Industrial Group, and it has turned out to be a disruption in the multi-level marketing industry. The level of success that we have seen, and now when I talk about this success, it's not something you see one or two or three people. I'm talking about hundreds, thousands of people becoming financially free in a period as short as 3 months. Okay, so that this company has come to stay. It is no longer time for you to continue to doubt. The jury is no longer out on Nolan. Long as the multi-level marketing industry is concerned, Nolan is a disruption. And it is time for us, every single and private mind, to key into what is happening in the world today. Because this is a company that my wife calls it Ibo Aroka. Yes. And so what I'm telling you people is that Ibo Aroka comes at 5. Okay. Those prayers you have been praying overnight, prayers that can answer.
Okay. So if one wishes to contact you, what's your contact?
Well, I will want to give one. You can meet us at number 132 Itikarido, where the office that you went to. Okay, or if you can't find out, then you can get me with 070 106 16055, or you can also call 080 6421 9797. With those two numbers, you can get us. Whatever questions you want to ask, even if you just want to get products or you don't even want to join the business, whatever you want to do. Some people, I've met people who don't want to do business, but they want to use it to empower others. We've met politicians like that who wants to use the business to empower their constituents, and they have had tremendous success, especially in the northern part of the country. So it is an option for people.
We've been having time with Dr. Emmanuel Ekanem, key distributor, Nolan Company in Akwa Ibom State. Many thanks for having descended on your high was just the best.
I'm sure you didn't see any house when you came in, but thank you so much.
And to you viewers out there, we appreciate you for having selected to watch today's edition of the program. We'll be back at the same time, same station next week. Don't you ever forget that God is not late. He only comes later just to make it a little better. I remain yours truly, Edoma, the son of Jonah. Be cool, be good. Bye-bye.